Alright class, let's get going with Cubism. This is going to be our last art lesson. I know that some of you guys liked the drawing and the note-taking and learning about art, especially you sitting over there, Klipka. This is your favorite part of the class, I'm sure. What we're going to do today is take some notes and get a book off the shelf, do a little investigation from some artwork in the book, and then of course draw. So over on the side there should be some Cornell notes where you take notes on the front side, and then you've got some blank page on the back to draw your picture. So Ms. Dula, if you can help the students find that specific Cornell note paper. I think it's up with the AP tests and other information up above where the papers are returned in the slots up on the second or third shelf. Okay, so once again, please take 10 notes on the following couple of slides with the information pertaining to Cubism. Then you'll need to take 10 more notes from the book, those big white books over by the pencil sharpener. Turn to page 98 and do a little bit of work. And then you'll need to draw a Cubism work of art. Okay, so at this point, if you don't have your Cornell notes yet, you probably need to get up and find some. If you need to pause this video at this time until all the students have theirs, that'd be great. Cubism is an early 20th century avant-garde art movement that revolutionized European painting and sculpture and inspired related movements in music, literature, and architecture. Cubism has been considered the most influential art movement of the 20th century. The term is broadly used in association with a wide variety of art produced in Paris during the 1910s and extending through the 1920s. So on your Cornell note paper that is specifically intended for our art lesson with a blank side on the back, if you haven't taken at least 2 or 3 notes, maybe even 4 off of this slide, then you need to get going. Once again, if you need to pause this slide so all the students have 2 or 3, maybe even 4 notes, especially Keegan in the back, who when we did our last lesson didn't take any notes. So make sure everyone's got some notes, and we're moving on. Okay, here you can see 2 works of art, the violin and the candlestick on the left, and then seated nude on the right. Both of them are works of Cubism, early 1900s. The movement was pioneered by George Baroque and Pablo Picasso. A primary influence that led to Cubism was the representation of three-dimensional form in the late works of Paul Cézanne. A retrospective of Cézanne's paintings had been held at the Salon Ottoman in 1904. Current works were displayed in 1905, 1906. In Cubist artwork, objects are analyzed, broken up, and reassembled in an abstracted form instead of depicting objects from one viewpoint. The artist depicts the subjects from a multitude of viewpoints to represent the subject in a greater context. So once again, you should have added some notes to your list from the previous page of information. So now you should be upwards of 6, 7, or 8 notes. Okay, this is our last slide. So after this slide, you should have 10 notes from our little PowerPoint presentation. The impact of Cubism was far-reaching and wide-ranging. Cubism spread rapidly across the globe, and in doing so, evolved to greater or lesser extent. In essence, Cubism was the starting point of an evolutionary process that produced diversity. It was the antecedent of diverse art movement, all taking place in the early 1900s, which then revolutionized art as we know it in the modern art movement. Okay, so at this point, you should have 10 notes from our little PowerPoint, and you need to go over to the shelf by the pencil sharpener and get our big white art books and take notes off of page 98. The painting is by Pablo Picasso, and it should look like this, Guernica. So open it up, look at all the notes that are around, take 10 more notes pertaining to this painting, either about the artist, about the painting itself, the representation, and this is what we've always done ever since the beginning of the school year, so this isn't anything new. So get some notes, and at this time, Ms. Dula, just pause it till everyone has their 10 notes done, and then we'll move on to our last slide, in which the students will flip their page over and do a lovely art rendition of some Cubism. Okay, so this is our last slide, The Weeping Woman by Pablo Picasso, 1937. So please find this painting on your iPad and draw it. Do the best job you can. Try to fill up as much space as you can on your paper. You'll have plenty of time because we don't have much to do today in terms of taking a lot of detailed notes or writing a DAS or primary source. I wanted you guys to have plenty of time to work on your art. And you can see this is a very detailed picture of the Weeping Woman. And I want you to take a lot of time, find it on your iPad, and draw it up. If you have extra time, you can get some colored pencils from underneath the cabinets over by the pencil sharpener and add some color to yours, perhaps the same, or if you want to change it up and make her face different colors than what's depicted here, that would be great. Alright, good job. Last lesson on art.